Hello, this is Mr. Agbamu Idonogrene. In today's video, I want to show you this applet I designed using the GeoGebra Classic software. Now, looking at the applet, you are just seeing graph paper or a grid, and you can see axis, the Y and the X axis, and you can see some sliders here and some checkbox. Now, I want to explain this applet before I show you how you can use it. Remember, you can get this applet by going to the description of this video. I will drop the link. Just click the link there. You can download it in your system, use it anytime to teach your children in your class. Very, very important. That is the essence of this design I'm always doing. Now let me explain this applet before we move. Now this applet can do two basic graph work for you. It can help you plot points and also help you draw curve through the point, or you can plot point also and draw a straight line, depend on your equation and the graph you want to draw. Now this first slider, which is A, is talking about the coefficient of x squared when you have a quadratic equation. So A is the coefficient of x squared, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, while B is the coefficient of x, then C is the constant. Then if you want to have a linear graph, that is a straight line graph, A is going to be 0. You leave A at 0 and B will have a value, then C will be the constant. That is, B will now become the gradient of the graph, then C will now become the y-intercept. So that is all. Then the P here is to create your point. You can see a point is already there. Is the way I designed it. This point is already on -3. Then Y is on 5. So that is what this point means. So I designed it to start with -3. So the lowest point you can get for your negative is -3. Then you can keep sliding this slider. The highest you can get is 10. So you can change it whatever you want after you have downloaded it, depend on you. Then YT is the slider that draws the curve for you. Then this show table, show equation, show root, and show extremum is to show you whatever you need. For example, if you want to get the table of this equation, you can show table, the table will appear. Then if you want to get the equation, just click on this. The equation will appear, whatever graph you want to draw. Then if you want to show the root, for example, you have a quadratic graph and you want to show the root of the graph where it crosses the x-axis, just click on this, it will appear. Then the extremum now is to show you the minimum or the maximum value of your graph. Now let me do a simple demonstration, and that is all for this video. Now let's show table first. You can see the table. So the first value here is -3 and -7, which is this. When x is -3, y is -7. You can see the point here, it has been plotted. So if I want to plot other point, I'll just click on this and move the slider gradually. You can see the second point. When x is -2, y is 0. You can see the point here. So as we keep moving this slider of P, it will be plotting the point for you, while the table will be generated for your children to see. Value of x is the first one, then the value of y is the second row. So that is that. So you can see it, the table is being generated and the points are being plotted. Very important in our mathematics lesson. So you can see it. So I stop at 5 in this slider. You can increase your own to 10 if you like, depend on what you want. So I just stop at 5 in my own. Then if I want to get the trace of this point now, I want to draw the curve of this point. All I need to do is to click on this. If you check, as I'm moving the slider, you see the trace have started joining the point. So this T will do the tracing for us. See, as I'm moving the slider gradually with my keyboard, you can see the point is joining, the trace is joining the point. So I'm drawing everything to meet them. And I also stop at 5 in this one, just like the way I stop at 5 with P, just like this. So this one will end there. So it's a nice applet you can use to teach quadratic equation in the class. So if I want to see the equation of this curve, just click on the show equation. The equation will appear. If you want to see the root where it crosses the two axes here and here, just click on this to see the answer. The root are -2 and 4, which is this and this. If you want to see the minimum or the maximum value, so this graph have a maximum value, just click on this. You see the maximum value of this graph is 1 for x and 9 for y. So let me just change some of these sliders so that you can see how the graph will move. You can also use it to teach your children to monitor how a graph looks like. Now let's move A. As I'm moving A now, you see all the values of the table and the equation and the root, they are editing themselves. That's why we call it a dynamic software. So just like that. Let me move it to something straight line. I told you before, you can click and drag the screen. Now that A is 0, you can see that I have a straight line graph. And you can see the equation y equals to 2x plus 8. You can change this one, which is the y-intercept now. That is the 8. Then the gradient is going to be 2. And if you observe, the root is showing question mark. No minimum, no maximum, because it's a straight line graph. You can move this 8. You see, as I'm moving this C slider, you see the y-intercept is changing position. So all these things, you can use it to teach your children in your mathematics lesson. So this is a good applet you can actually use. So this is B. I can move the B now. Now that B is 0, you see it's showing that y is equals to 4. That means it's a straight line graph that passes the y-axis. So when B crosses to negative, you see the shape of the graph have changed. So this is a negative slope graph. This is a negative slope graph. You can see it just gave us 2 as the root. That means this 2 is telling us that the x-intercept here, the x-intercept is 2, while the y-intercept is 4. So take note of that. So that is that. You can do whatever you want. It will help you teach your children graph work using this applet. So if I make this one a positive value, you can see my graph is a positive value because I've made a positive. You can see the equation. I can change this. You see, as I'm moving the negative, it has created the root. Now you can see the root of this equation, this point and this point. You can see the minimum value is this, which is this. So you can see I can remove the point, can put it back, I can remove the curve, just close this one. You can remove this trace, you can see it. You can click the screen and drag, position it where you want to position it. I can move my P back. See, the table has gone to the first. When x is -3, y is 50. You can see it. If you want to change your scale, come to this place, click on this, then just place the mouse here, drag it down. So this is 5 unit scale. Let me go to 10 units. So this is 10 unit scale. So when x is -3, that means 50 is above here. You can see it. You can see that is 50. When x is -3, y is 50. So you can move this one, create all your points, see all your points. You can shift the graph to one corner so that you can view it. You can show the trace with this one. So many things you can do in your classroom. You can change this one to 10 unit scale so that the graph will show very well. You can move around, and that is that. And this is the root. You can hide it if you don't want to show it. You can hide the minimum value. So these are the points. Show your trace. You put it back. You can remove your point. As you're removing the point, the table is also changing. So this is all about the applet. I just want you to take note of this applet. It's a nice one you can use in your classroom. Don't forget, as I said from the beginning, get this applet by clicking on the link in the description of this video. And that is that. Thank you for watching. Do have a nice day.